And welcome back everyone on the DeCod3rs channels. And tonight we have a special show, the first edition of the Syndicate Show, where we're going to talk about everything about news in Web3. And to do that, look at this beautiful screen. It's wonderful. So Vpiph, hi Vpiph, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited again. That's cool. I love it. And Socrates from the Syndicate. What's up, bro? How you doing?
It is good to be back on air with the homies here at DeCod3rs, for sure.
And it's gonna happen more often than every 6 months. That's gonna be cool. And Jericho, how are you doing, bro?
I'm doing fantastic, fam. After seeing the intro, I'm freaking hyped up for this show.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. That's what we do here. Okay, so in the chat, but basically this show is if you miss anything in Web3, we are going to mention it because you probably saw it on the Syndicate Discord board, pumping in all of the servers that you are in. We're gonna talk about it, say what we want to say about the news, whatever, and basically recap the whole month like that, right? Did I miss anything? Is that clear?
That is a show.
Yeah, sounds excellent. Yeah, we've got a list of things to kind of reflect on the month of January. Yeah. A lot of people are definitely anticipated for stuff like Jupe, but you know, there was quite a few
Jupe-uary.
Yeah, there's quite a few different things that happened before then. Yeah.
Did you have an echo? Echo? Okay, cool. Fair enough. Okay, cool. So should we talk about Jupe quickly? So then it's done, and then we don't hear because
tomorrow we have at 3 p.m. UTC, everybody.
It's time to make money with free money. Let's go.
So, do you guys have any strategies towards how you do it? Okay, we had the surprise when, so do you floor it? Do you hold it? Do you pool it? What's up? Anyone? Bueller? Okay, Hitler, go.
I'm Young Granger, like Harry Potter shit. Okay, so for me, it's gonna be pretty simple. I get my allocation. I think 15,000. I split it in half. Take the soul and I put it into liquidity pool, and then I get the trading fees. And then with the trading fees, I buy more Jupe, and let's go. That's the strats. I want to.
Okay. Yeah. Mine's a little different, but there you go.
Oh. Yeah, I think one thing to keep in mind with Jupe is Jupe is being distributed. This is basically the only way Jupe is being distributed is basically to the community itself. So there hasn't been a way for institutions in any way, shape, or form to be able to participate in the kind of the launch of the Jupe token. So basically, all these institutions are going to have to buy off secondary at the end of the day. And who's going to be, who has that Jupe at the beginning? It's going to be the community, right? Through these wallet allocations and so on and so forth. I think another thing to consider when it comes to the Jupe airdrop as well is a lot of the wallets that are eligible for this first wave of the airdrop are pretty old wallets here on Solana. They've been around for probably over a year or two, if not longer than that. And as a result, there's a lot of, people are speculating that, not everything might be claimed because, some of them might be inactive and so on and so forth. So there's a lot more to it than simply, claim and then, you can do what you want at the end of the day, right? You can claim and then dump, immediately to lock in the gains and maybe buy your next Xbox. But, there's these other secondary, these other conditions to keep in mind as well. When it comes to, who is able to get in at the beginning, who hasn't been able to get in, what's the market going to look like at that point? How is the news coverage going to look, so on and so forth.
But they want to do Jupe-uary every year too. So they keep airdropping and have that way of distributing token for long term. So it's going to be interesting to see too.
And isn't there a vesting program already being spoken about that you can join?
Vesting as in the team has vesting or
team has vesting till 2025, but I think there's going to be a community vesting program as well if you want to lock away your Jupe or something.
Really?
I'm
not too sure about that, but I know there's a couple of programs that are rolling out kind of day one when it comes to Jupe. You can already go to their website, lfg.jupe.ag/jupe, and that'll take you to what will be the claim website for Jupe tomorrow. There's about 20 hours left until.
Can you drop the link in chat?
Oh, go ahead.
Can you drop the link in chat?
Yeah, I can. I'll drop it in the Discord, and then you guys can drop it in.
Yeah, because I can't.
Oh, you just see it?
I
You
don't.
can't? Okay,
all
okay.
I see is GM all. There's no
okay,
chat
yeah,
there
that's
and
me,
nothing
that's me.
happening. It used to.
But one thing you can do
Restream
now, you can already. So the Jupiter like price curve has already been basically determined. I'm not like a very mathematical guy, so I wouldn't be able to kind of translate what that means for everybody. But basically, like a lot of the philosophy that where where Meow has had with both Wen and Jupe is basically being as user friendly as possible and or community friendly as possible, and mitigate the upside for people like botters and people who are able to scalp at the very beginning and try to make a quick flip. Where Meow has been saying in some of his recent posts that Wen has been quote unquote success to him and the team because it was a very community centric token, and it wasn't something that was driven by artificial FOMO, right? You look at like a lot of these meme coins, and one of the big pieces of value or price action is that the FOMO that comes with insane volatility. But if you look at something like Win, that didn't really exist, right? And I mean, of course, it did pump like 200%, 300%, or so on and so forth. But that's not 50,000% that you see nowadays, right?
Man, seems legit, right?
Yeah. And I think but one thing I wanted to mention is if you go to that Jupe website, that will be where you claim your tokens. That's the official website, as well as there's a couple cool features that are already kind of baked into it that you can get into early, which is like you can put in a dollar cost average order, or like you can start your DCA now and kind of like put in like, hey, I want to buy it at this price, so on and so forth. And then you'll get filled as time moves forward.
Oh, that's cool.
I think the more interesting question is not how people are going to trade Jupe, but more so like, well, I guess that is the question. Actually, it is exactly how people will trade Jupe, because where is that liquidity going to go? Right? We've seen with a lot of community-based airdrops, just basically free money landing into the hands of people. We see it with Bonk, we see it with Win. Liquidity is going to exit and go somewhere. So is it going straight to people's bank accounts? Is it going to buying more Solana? Is it going to go towards NFT collections? So I've seen a lot of speculation that NFT prices are going to rise substantially because people are just going to sell their Jupe and then buy NFTs. And NFTs are very illiquid, right? So we'll see, we could potentially see some major floor movements with all that money coming in.
So it would
Please buy a fox is all I have to say.
It could be the move could be like to do the reverse, like sell your NFT and buy even more Jupe and make more money with Jupe.
I've heard that the market cap for Jupe is far too large, and people are expecting the token to dump, right? But I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. We saw the performance of Pyth. Pyth did amazing off launch. It went down a little bit, but it immediately recovered. And when Pyth happened, NFT floor prices were going crazy, right? So could we see another thing like that with Jupiter, or has that already been baked in? Do people think that's going to happen? They've already bought their NFTs.
Because like right now the feeling feeling in the market right now is like all in meme coins and like tokens and fuck NFTs because they are liquid anywhere, and I have more fun trading meme coins, right? So do you like I don't know, like maybe Blue Chip's project, like you buy, like I don't know, like again, okay, I'm gonna chill, like
the Blue Chip projects,
Smith, etc. FFF.
Well, there's a lot of
SMB pretty low
exactly.
priced for SMB right now too.
There's a lot of outside liquidity coming in because of Jupe, because of all the attention. So a lot of Ethereum people coming in as well. So this is going to be probably one of the biggest liquidity events Solana's ever had, ever.
True.
So it's going to be crazy to see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah. Because of Jupe, like I taking loans on my DeCod3rs to bring liquidity on Jupe trading stuff. Damn. So yeah.
Good luck.
Well, Vince has,
I just take the free money and decide when I'm dropping it, or sometimes I lock some of it away. Like for example, I'm a big fan of Spider right now and what they're doing, Spider Swap. So I've locked a bunch of my Spider away for a year and some of it for 6 months.
Okay. Oh, that's eternity in meme coin lands. That's a big bet. Like, what do you get for a lot of 6 months, 1 year?
10x for a year, 4x for 6 months.
Okay. Could play off. But the thing is, like, okay, so from Jup, it's like an ecosystem token, right? It's not even a meme coin itself, it's just like a token, and it's like everyone on Sol use Jupiter. Like you swap shit, you use, and yeah, like even we're gonna talk about after it, but like, okay, so Asset Dash Super Swap features that they just launched recently, like yesterday, 2 days ago, yesterday, whatever. I'm pretty sure it's Jupiter in the background, right? So it's even integrated everywhere. I don't know how is that gonna be. How Jup will be linked to the Jupiter volume. Do we know about that?
Yeah, I mean, okay, go on.
I mean, I have no clue. I have
Yeah.
no clue. But you bring up an interesting point of Jupiter being around for a long time and finally launching this token. But we've seen other major ecosystem leaders like Magic Eden recently launched their wallet. Their wallet went live today. So yeah, that was a huge thing that happened recently as well.
Yeah. It's on the list.
It is on the list, yeah. But do you think we're going to see more ecosystem leaders who have been around for a long time doing interesting things like this, launching tokens, launching wallets? Is that going to? Are we going to see more of that in 2024?
Yeah, we already know of a bunch of like people who are planning to do things that I would say are ecosystem leaders. Like Sharky is basically the ecosystem leader in loans. I think it just got taken over recently, but they're releasing a token. They're going to have something coming up. All of the DeFi protocols, the major DeFi protocols are going to have, there's going to be MET, there's going to be, I don't know what Caminos is. And there's going to be a margin Phi token coming out. So yeah, I mean, I think.
I guess like what makes 2024 such a special year for these people to make these big, ambitious leaps, right? Why wasn't 2023 the year? Why wasn't 2022 the year?
Bonk experiment.
Yeah.
Like the whole long tail of Bonk set up the whole meme coins meta that it's taking.
Well, it's more than a meta now. It's mainstream,
Yeah, no,
as well as
100%.
as well as it's something that's been happening on ETH for a long time, and now it's, and for Solana, it's been seasons of it, but I think that now it's kind of here to stay. Okay, Shiva, chill. Okay, we don't need to assume anybody's gender here.
Oh yeah, no.
Bring it up.
But yeah, like that's the face reveal.
Jericho.
I mean,
it's just Jericho.
I appreciate the love, though, Shiva.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, there are several things that could be working here. This could be the change of it from just a meta to a mainstream thing on Solana, as it's been on ETH for a while. It could be, also, why wasn't it 2023? Why wasn't a lot of things 2023? There was zero money half of the year. We were at $8 SOL at some point.
Yeah, maybe that's why. That explains a lot.
The liquidity was low. Now everybody's euphoria, and people are taking advantage of that euphoria. And it's not going really back to NFTs in the way it was in like 2022. The from what I can see, the average like chart of an NFT kind of goes like a shitcoin. It goes up and it comes right back down. There are very few that are kind of, holding some value. CryptoUndeads is one. We looked that up just before the show, Socrates and I. But and I guess that's on our list as well to talk about. But I mean, I also see that most people I talk to are looking to NFTs for which traditionally hasn't held value, but they're looking more for utility. Like a lot of people are doing the Flash Beast thing so that they can get into the trading platform, or they're doing Drop Beast, which is the bot to farm tokens on ETH at the moment. A lot of people are utilizing. The other one is Promised Land, which is also another bot that I think is to farm Jupe, actually. So these are things that are now coming into their own, and they're bringing real world utility to the meme shitcoin token arena. So those are the NFTs that I hear people talking about, or I hear people excited about, more than just like a pixelated owl.
Yeah, I think the analogy between, you know, those kind of services and something we've seen before in the previous NFT cycle is there was a really big boom in auto checkout NFT projects. So this is going to be stuff that was like, you know, it meant something for you, or it was a sniper bot at the time. Um, you know, services like that, right? There's stuff like Urban and man, I can't even remember them off the top of my head. It's been so long.
Hydra.
Yeah,
OG.
Hydra. There's a couple of them
Mm.
that used to exist, or Hydra scripts. Like they still exist. Don't get me wrong, but I think what we're really seeing now is, you know, people are moving their liquidity into airdrop farming,
Yeah.
because that's really just the narrative right now, right? And that might continue to be the narrative over, you know, 2024.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see, but I think that's just the analog we would have in the NFT market. And as a result of that, you know, with the shift in kind of perception and the lean into meme coins and stuff like that, I'm not too, you know, too certain we'll see too much liquidity, you know, or at least too much action move into NFTs. I think we'll still have some NFT mint cycles, just as we recently did with CryptoUndeads. And then there's a couple other things coming up on Solana, like Marms, that have been pretty hype, and Teddies and some of these other guys. But
Yeah.
other than that, you know, I'm not too sure we're going to get too much, you know, liquidity rotating into NFTs themselves.
I mean, NFTs, correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I've seen and from the collab managers I hang out with, a lot of the real action in NFTs right now is on Say. Like I went to a mint casually because, you know, on Solana you don't really have to show up right on time these days, and you can still get your mint. I casually showed up to a Say mint, my first one the other day, and I literally was pressing, mint fail, sold out. And that was a 35 Say mint that 2 hours later, when I looked at it, was selling for 250 Say. That sort of thing is not really happening on Solana right now, because of the meta change. The other thing I'd like to mention about the meta change is airdrops last year. When I first started looking into them, it was like you had to give a pint of blood and jump on one leg while pressing Control Alt Delete. It was so difficult to like even conceive how to get it all together. It's become a lot more accessible, in my opinion. There's a lot of referral meta in it now, which is something like is a very Web 2 meta that, you know, that they brought to Web 3. So I think that it has, in the process of like becoming popular, they have made it more accessible to make it popular.
That's the whole pre-sale stuff. Like that's what you see in like venture capital VCs. Yeah, venture capital. You have like a startup that's going to raise money, and you have like the pre-seed, seed, blah blah blah, and they bring that models to NFTs, which is cool. I like it. I like to be in pre-sales rounds. I can let my
rounds. I love to be in pre-sale rounds. That's what really lights me up.
Exactly. Like you feel important when you are in pre-sales. Oh yeah, I did the pre-sale of that. That's cool.
I've known about it for 2 years.
Yeah,
and you peasants are just finding out about it.
Are you minting that? Well, I did the pre-sale.
Except that I will say this about pre-sales for NFTs. I am very bearish, and I consider it a red flag if you pre-sale for more than a month. I really think about more than 3 weeks, I'm like not minting your, I'm not into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? I think heading into this next month or so, we're gonna. I think pre-sales here to stay, and it will continue to be a thing with NFTs. And I think the duration of the pre-sale really is just dependent on market conditions, right? Because like if you're an NFT project, and also if you think about it from the project's perspective, of course they don't want it to go longer than a day if they can, right? But let's be realistic, no pre-sale would ever sell out that quickly. Also, you probably don't want that, now that I think about it, because you miss a marketing cycle, right? I think the thing with some of these pre-sales is it's a pretty big it's a pretty laborious effort, right? I mean, you have to do all the outreach, which depends on your cloud management team. You also have to have calls every single day, hopping into these communities, explaining your project, so on and so forth. You have these Twitter spaces. I mean, it's just really going to depend on the scope of your project. But I think the duration, honestly, is probably still going to look at like 2 to 4 weeks for a lot of these projects, just given market conditions, especially when it's not NFT friendly. We're kind of moving into a cycle that isn't too NFT friendly. I mean, you've got some stuff on the horizon, but the CryptoUndead's mint cycle that happened about a week and a half, I think it was a week and a half, almost 2 weeks ago at this point. We're kind of coming to the tail end of that, right? I mean, there's not too many. There are some NFT mints that are coming out that people are anticipating, but it's not. It's not as hot as it used to be, right? And this is just the ebb and flow of the market, but. I think pre-sale's here to stay. I think the duration is going to be a little bit longer as we head into post-Jupe season. But we'll see. Time will tell. At the end of the day, who knows?
Okay, the volume on CryptoUndead is insane. Like 200,000, like almost 250,000. That was like what OKBS did at the time, right?
No, I don't think so. OKBears is like way more.
They did 2 million.
They did 2 million, I think.
No, no, what? 2 million?
Yeah, they did like
first day.
They broke SMB's record of like all-time high volume. They did like they did like 1 million or 2 million in the first week.
It was it was like the first day. They broke an OpenSea record too.
Okay, so 10x what CryptoUndead did. Quite similar. Okay, what? So okay, whatever.
I mean, you gotta.
I mean, OKBears did go to 260. By the way, they went from 5 sold to 260 in a day. In a single day.
OKBear was $20,000, right? Like
what the fuck?
Yeah, and if you look at like what's the USD value for CryptoUndead right now? Right, definitely nowhere near.
Wait.
It's about $700.
What?
Yeah. A single OKBear that would trade was like what? 20x.
See? Okay. Yeah. No. Oh, fuck. No, see? I'm in a week.
That was actually one of the first mints I witnessed on Solana. The OKBears, like the first hype mint I witnessed on Solana. So I was just like I think I was still on Clubhouse even. And I was just watching people, listening to people talk about it while watching like Magic Eden and people buy it. And it was just...
Yeah, that's
crazy.
The price action of the first day of OKBears.
It might be. We might be thinking of the month, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Okay. But okay, crypto, blah blah blah. CryptoUndead, boom. Okay. So, do you consider the price action of CryptoUndead like successful right now? Because I know some whitelists were selling for 8 SOL, right?
I think it was more than that. I saw some going for 15.
Yeah, exactly. So okay, and the mint was like what, 5? How much was the mint price?
It was 3.
3? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay. So it's okay. It's fair enough. It's quite successful. Okay. Shut up, Vincent. But I don't know. Like, whoa, too big. No, we're good. Like, I understand why people prefer to go meme coins and tokens when that's the hypest mint that we have seen so far, but you don't know what you're gonna do with it. I don't know.
What does it do?
Yeah.
Except,
I mean
the utility was 15 SOL once, right?
Yeah. But the less you say in Web3, the more hype you get. So...
Well, yeah, no, that's true. I've taken to, for amusement, reading the descriptions in the whitelist channel. The Subber and Atlas 3 descriptions. I posted one last night. It was like, I can't even remember. It was something like, this is brick or something. That was like the description. And I was like, wait, what now? I mean, some of the descriptions are wild.
Yeah.
I will say anything that starts with like, at this point, unfortunately, even though I'm a part of one of the biggest one-of-one artist communities, if it starts with one-of-one artist community, I'm pretty much out. I'm stocked up, and I just don't see where that's going anymore, to be honest.
100%. Oh yeah, nice background, Jericho. Yes, Anma.
I'm getting a lot of love this show. I'm like the superstar here.
Yeah,
See,
it's
of
like
course you are.
it's like you are the star of the show,
Yes.
Jericho.
Thank you.
The rising shining
star.
star. Yes, exactly, bro. Like, yeah,
I mean,
you're gonna
you've
be
always been
everywhere
a
on
star
TikTok
to
now.
me, Jericho. So
Yeah,
there's that.
from day one.
Thank you.
Socrates, you are my star from day one. Like, yeah.
Thank
So
you.
if
Much
VP
appreciated.
take
The only
Jericho,
professional one. Okay,
the only
Hanma,
professional.
take
That's
it
kind of a
down.
piss.
What?
You want a timeout in the Discord? I have some perms I can I can get
Okay.
busy with.
I think we need a 4-hour show, by the way, because we have done
No.
2 points and yeah.
No.
So yeah, Jericho, your timing about the shows will be like on point.
What is this?
But okay,
Half an hour.
yeah, like the Magic Eden wallet is interesting. That's an interesting
Yes.
news for sure. Because personally, why?
Okay, I have an answer for this one, actually, because I was hella bearish on this the other day, and then I had a conversation with someone. So yeah, no, I was bearish on this because it's like, can you focus on making a marketplace that we all really like and can use most of the time? But I will say the angle that they're taking with being kind of a one-stop shop, they're doing as many, they're doing quite a few chains, and the potential for expansion on it is great. So it's actually kind of bullish. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how they execute it though, because if it's a wallet that just works as well as the marketplace, then forget about it.
And
forget about it. And I have to say, I've been discovering the joys of Soulflare recently, and
cool.
It's the best.
I absolutely am in love.
Yeah. So UI of Phantom is quite nicer, but the UX of Soulflare is better, and the fucking full screen feature is the best stuff ever. So please,
feature.
like you can click on it and then go full screen, and then it's the best.
No,
it's the best
I don't
stuff.
know what you're talking about.
It's like a icon on the top of top right. You click on it into full screen.
Are you talking about doing it on the computer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no.
I don't understand why people do crypto on mobile. But,
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but you know what? Just because you don't do it doesn't mean it's incomprehensible. So there's that. Some people don't live anywhere. How about that?
Don't what?
Live anywhere. How about that?
Don't live anywhere.
Yeah. So to set up a computer
every
day.
Yeah, true. Like, people who travel a lot. Yeah, makes sense. 100%. Socrates, what's your take on?
One thing I wanted to mention about the Magic Eden wallet thing,
yes,
is I think Magic Eden is changing part of their business model, and this is coming as a result of not only have they publicly released their wallet, which I think they did purposefully now, just in time for Jupe. So I assume they're probably going to have some like Jupiter-related incentives or liquidity-related incentives with their wallet over the next coming months. They have mentioned that there are some like bonuses for using their wallet, and some other rewards and loyalty programs they have going on. But I think the bigger thing that is really coming into play for Magic Eden is their relationship with the NFT token, like $NFT. They've made some public comments about it, but one of the big things about this initiative, which if you guys don't know, it's called non-fungible DAO.
Yes.
And Magic Eden is a really big part of this, and so much so that some of their smart contracts are actually are possessed by the DAO itself. And I'll read you the quote. It says, non-fungible DAO owns and governs the best open source technologies for NFTs across major chains, including smart contracts originally developed by Magic Eden on 4 chains: Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Polygon. So I think what you're really seeing is Magic Eden has really taken this, omnipotent approach where they have, all of the relevant chains when it comes to NFT land, or, the world we enjoy here in NFTs. But I think they're also taking some kind of bigger leap by venturing into wallet infrastructure and some of these other things to give them that competitive advantage over something like Tensor or something like Blur. Because what you see keep in mind, I'm a little bit biased because I still prefer Magic Eden. I think the
Yeah.
Magic Eden UI is better than
Yeah.
Tensors in my opinion.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
I do.
it's just
Yeah.
easier for me. Maybe I've just been using it
No.
for so long.
No, you're not alone.
Okay, I'm not alone.
No,
Okay,
it's
good. I'm not
easier.
going
It's
crazy.
just as a project, it's not that
Yeah.
easy.
Right. But I think it's one step for Magic Eden to really diversify their business and expand elsewhere, while also pursuing the non-fungible DAO project and be able to open source some of their content and so on and so forth.
How does that help them to increase market share that going open source? Okay, because for me it's like a marketing stunt. Like it doesn't solve any UX UI of your product. So if you have an RPC error and you can't mint stuff, that like going open source not going to resolve that. It's not rewarding like people who are going on your platform with point or like token, airdrop, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, but that's exactly why they have a wallet, right? Like,
okay.
the wallet, I think, I'm speculating.
Backpack,
I
bro.
don't work for them, but like, I think at the end of the day, a move toward the wallet is a move to kind of displace the.
Yeah, but
downside of
Backpack
something like
failed.
that. I don't think. I
wouldn't say Backpack failed, but
You think?
with I mean, they have a lot of time left. They still have years in the making of making it great. But I think we're all looking at the Magic Eden wallet in a wrong way, because we see Magic Eden significantly lose market share to Tensor, right? Because Tensor provided a trading experience that was really for bulk traders, people who move a lot of liquidity, right?
Yes.
Everyone here, I think we all agree that the trading experience for Magic Eden is just better because it's very graphical. I don't know, it's simple, right? And I think what Magic Eden is doing is that they see, okay, Blur, OpenSea, Tensor, right? They are all dominant on their own chain. Why don't we move to actually make a multi-chain trading platform, which we won't necessarily dominate all these chains, but we'll always have a place here, right? So they're winning. And they're winning in a long-term scenario where all NFT chains are going to be having a lot of volume: Polygon, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. And this wallet essentially allows people move their crypto in it, then buy NFTs from any of these chains, right? So long-term, they're just trying to become that, like Socrates said, one-stop shop for everything crypto, everything NFTs.
And if they can get the rewards program right, because that rewards program is kind of, it hasn't been rewarding, right? So if they can get those diamonds and then also there's talk of them incorporating magic ticket holders into that, and really make it some sort of really rewarding experience, they can at least compete.
Yeah, but okay. So first, when I say like Backpack failed, like it's like, who is using Backpack as a main wallet today?
I have never opened my Backpack wallet.
Okay, Jericho, do you use Backpack?
I do not use Backpack.
Okay,
but I don't think this is the thing. Who was using Tensor when they first launched? Tensor had less than 1% market share.
Yeah.
Right. Who was using Magic Eden when Solana was still a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think with these teams, they're looking for long-term solutions where they think, okay, we're not going to win in the short term, and we're not going to be hype and then collapse. We're going to build for the long term. So I think Magic Eden is like a prime example of being that long-term thinking leader. And we could probably see the same thing with the Backpack wallet, seeing that Mad Lads is going to have their own exchange, right? So that could definitely draw people to that wallet.
Yes, that's okay. I understand like the whole ecosystem. Like if you have an exchange, then that can apply for Magic Eden, because basically they are following the like Mad Labs / the exchange of like Mad Labs and Backpack strategy, where they have like, again, you have your exchange, you have the wallet, you have your whole ecosystem. Like basically Apple, right? That's an Apple strategy. Like when you buy an iPhone, then you buy an iPad, you buy a Mac, you buy an Apple TV, you buy everything, and then you're like you start wearing like blue jeans and dark hoodies, right? Like forgot that. That turtleneck. So it's cool, but the thing is, like, you do that where you are winning. Like the fact that Tensor has like 80% of the liquidity on Sol, and the fact that Magic Eden is going to another chain when they have like 10% left on Sol of the market share, the story is not the same. And the one-stop shop meta, it's tricky when you don't have everything somewhere first. Like, when you want to grow a startup, like usually you take 90% of the market share in your country or like US or whatever, and then you expand to another country. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's an interesting approach that Magic Eden is taking. But I think the only way Magic Eden can win in this war of exchanges, I think long term, able to capture a little bit of everywhere. But to actually beat Tensor, they need to win back the hearts and minds of the Solana community. Because Tensor has I mean, Magic Eden's reputation was heavily damaged in 2022, right? With promoting a lot of big rugs, right? Which they stepped away from. But what they haven't done is make partnerships with people who are actually building on Solana. Tensor, one of the biggest things they did was they actually partnered with MonkeyDAO for their Gen 3 mint, right? Why did Magic Eden not do that? You know what I mean? So Tensor has an interesting story of a small team, scrappy guys who just want to make a good platform, and they made partnerships with people who actually cared about Solana. Magic Eden was too late to the game. So if Magic Eden can do things like that, partner with people, host amazing live events, create amazing experiences, then they could win long term. So I don't know. Magic Eden's in a tough spot right now.
Yeah, that's
pressure makes diamonds, right? So hopefully they can make that happen.
Yeah, Box, bro, Coral Cube,
which was acquired by Magic Eden.
Yeah, but to shut it down, right?
I don't know if it was to shut it down or to integrate their technology.
Yeah.
I mean, in most cases, it's to integrate the technology, but then they break apart the original product.
Yeah.
Magic Eden could buy like Richard and Ilmoy for like 20 million, and then close Tensor, and then say, okay, no, we're back, boys. That would be fun.
That'd be interesting.
I think one thing about Tensor and Blur is these platforms aren't designed for new people; they're designed for NFT
100%.
pros, right?
Like, yeah.
And I think that's really why. I honestly, like, Jericho mentioned some of the stuff about like NFT. Magic Eden has lost the hearts of the space, but honestly, I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters because Magic Eden is in, I think, the most user-friendly position, and I also think this is why they're doing a wallet, right? Because if you look at something like, I mean, what's the first thing you do when you join crypto? You get a wallet. You get a Phantom wallet, right? Like that's just what it is right now. And I think Magic Eden is positioning themselves to be, this first place you go to and the place you can go for everything, right? Which is long term, I would say, a healthier position than something like Tensor or Blur. But I think it's broadening the scope of Magic Eden to something that's not just a marketplace and something that's more of like your NFT experience, your NFT receptacle, so on and so forth, and then they can kind of go on top of that.
You bring up a very interesting point because I see Magic Eden as basically Solana OpenSea and Tensor as Solana Blur. I mean, Tensor and Blur literally look like pretty much like exactly the same, right? And it's two mindsets. Are you going to appeal to collectors? Or are you going to appeal to traders? Right?
I don't think that's what it is, though.
I think it is.
I don't think they're analogs.
Because if you look at how Tensor and Blur are even like how they look, it's made for people to move volume.
I agree on that end, but I don't agree on the OpenSea Magic Eden analog. Because
the platforms are very similar.
Yeah, it's the same.
They can be similar from a UX, but if you look at the business philosophy,
I'm not talking about the business. I'm talking about like the actual trading platform itself. It's built for collectors. It's very visual, right? And I also think the move to Tensor has kind of made the NFT space boring in a way. I think people are less sentimental with their PFPs. You're not going to see a Zacian Raptors again, right? Yeah, that doesn't happen. You're not going to see another like Tombstone happen, right? I think it's because things have just gone too serious, right? People are disconnected with those NFT communities. They're not actually attached to the community. They're attached to the bag.
Which was like basically again like the advantage of like NFTs over meme coins, because you don't care about which meme coin you are trading because it's one dog to another, right? But with the PFP, you have an emotional connection to it. Oh, it looks cool. It's art, and if you will start losing that, because we are trading our NFT on like platform that are just here to make volume. The NFT, it's tricky because everything that you can do with an NFT, you can also do with like a token, right? You can get content, like for example, we can do watch to earn with like views holders only, right? It's gonna be interesting. Like the next year is definitely gonna be interesting.
Yeah. 2024. I think we're gonna see.
Yeah.
I don't know if Tensor is gonna dominate 2024, but whoever ends off as the leader is probably gonna dictate the future of NFTs forever.
Also, like, if Tensor is like a trader platform and they capture market that way, why Magic Eden is not building like a pro version Magic Eden where you
That's
have
an interesting point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and it doesn't take them away from the marketplace vertical. Because if I tell you, okay, Magic Eden, so you have the wallet, you have the marketplace, you have the XYZ other product, it diversifies them when they are not the winner on chain. Like even honestly, going cross chain on the marketplace make the whole product confusing, and you can see the tweet of like Solana people that use Magic Eden, and then you have a fucking homepage about BTC DeCod3rs. If I'm a Solana maxi, I don't want to see that shit on my interface.
They fixed that. They fixed it a long time ago.
No, 100%. But you know, like it takes you away from your core mission of like providing the best NFT trading experience, you know, and then Tensor like took that under their shoulders or whatever, and the ends, and they made a better product for more people on Sol. And for what I see, they're gonna be Sol maxi for a long time. You know, like Magic Eden tried to diversify to compete with Tensor when Tensor doubled down on Solana, and then they get the whole market share.
Okay, well, you know, we see Magic Eden. They took a bet on this multi-chain thing, and where did they win? They won on Bitcoin ordinals, right?
Yeah.
So their bet is they're the leading Bitcoin ordinals marketplace, right?
Okay.
So you know this bet had. I mean, it is big, right? Yeah. Bitcoin ordinals is literally neck and neck with Solana volume right now.
Fuck.
Right.
Okay.
So, you know, they took this bet, they're winning there, right? They realize, okay, because every time you diversify your business, some part of your business is going to take a hit, right? So the Solana side took a hit, but in exchange, they now dominate Bitcoin ordinals, right? Yeah. So we're already seeing the Magic Eden bet kind of playing off.
Yeah, I mean, if they can dominate another chain and like make more money than Tensor at the end of the day, they're winning.
I also think Magic Eden, I don't think will venture too far into the kind of the pro side of things, because I don't think competing directly with Tensor makes the most sense to them, because at the end of the day, Tensor is a way leaner team than Magic Eden is. There's like 6 dudes on the Tensor team. Yeah, Magic Eden employs far more, probably a magnitude amount, 10 times more.
Yeah. I think there are 3 Tiffany's on the Magic Eden team.
There are 3 Tiffany's. And you know what we haven't even talked about either? The Magic Eden Ethereum marketplace in partnership with Yuga Labs.
Yeah,
right?
That's
you see that the grand scheme of Magic Eden's long-term plan, winning on Bitcoin ordinals, probably going to make a major blow to the ETH marketplaces. Now coming in with a wallet right before Jupiter. They're prepping for the future, and I think they're going to win this long term.
You think Magic Eden will kill OpenSea because of the
OpenSea's already dead. OpenSea is on its way out. Yeah, that platform sucks. It's the worst trading platform.
It's so bad.
Okay, so
sorry, OpenSea team.
Why OpenSea would die and not Magic Eden?
Well, OpenSea. It's too late for OpenSea, right? Magic Eden was already making the move to multi-chain years before what we're even like. From 2024, right? OpenSea is late to the game. Blur had a really interesting way to attract users, the Blur token. OpenSea is just too late. And whatever move they do, they have to do a significant, like something very significant, like a token or something for them to attract users back. But they're not going to win by being the best platform. They're going to win by doing some weird token thing, probably some incentive.
Okay. So Jericho, your big bet for 2024 is like Magic Eden will dominate Solana NFTs plus probably other chains.
I think Tensor will win in 2024, but Magic Eden will win NFTs in 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a short. Thank
I
you.
don't think Magic Eden's goal is
Let's
to
have
win
an
Solana.
that
Yeah,
aged
their
well.
goal is their goal is not to win Solana. Their goal is to
Yeah.
win all of NFTs.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
for sure. And I
Okay.
mean, they've made that clear with the moves that they've made recently, for sure.
Okay, I'm thinking. Do I like it or not? I don't know. But okay, so okay, another question then. Are we Solana maxis or are we cross-chain users?
Huh?
I mean,
Like, do you use another chain than Solana? Are you going to use, say, long term? Oh, yeah, I'm not even talking about if.
Well, I mean, I can speak for myself. Every time I go to another chain, it's first of all, I've had to open like 3 different wallets to accommodate different chains for
Yeah.
farming and stuff. I'm tired. The Say thing was easier than I thought because like to do the modular farming that I just set up, that was a little bit difficult because, you know, you can buy some of them on Coinbase, you can't buy some of them on Coinbase. In the end, I actually had to get Mark to buy some of them and send them to me. And then I still had to bridge because he couldn't buy them on what he was buying them on. So I still had to bridge. And then once you bridge, there's an extra step that you have to do. So that, I mean, just that in itself, it's like, I'd rather just buy more Solana and bet on it because, you know, that's it's home for me. But no, I mean, I've explored other chains. I mean, you can't the Say dominance in NFTs at the moment is undeniable. So I did go and explore it. I bought some. I haven't been able to mint anything yet. I did pre-sale. Interesting. I did pre-sale on a Say NFT the other day, but I paid for it in Solana. But it's being dropped to my Say wallet. So that was an interesting one. But yeah, no, I have a couple Say mints coming up. So hopefully I'll be more successful so I can actually try it out and see how it is. But no, I mean, I feel like Say is going to be another thing. Like, I think it has a little bit more longevity than Aptos, but it's just a passing fancy.
Aptos. What the fuck, Aptos?
But that was fire. That was lit as fuck. When I never did it because like I was just like I can't figure this out right now because that's how I get. You know, especially because I was super comfortable on Solana and really adept at that. But but you know, Aptos was a fire NFT. Like people were making. Yeah, well, a little bit more than 2 weeks, but Say's had a lot more longevity than the Aptos pump. You know, I don't think it's here to stay, but I think that, you know, people are having the fun that I think has left Solana NFTs. They're having that fun with Say NFTs a little bit more.
And then they're gonna bridge back the liquidity to Sol.
I mean, one would hope if you're a Solana maxi, but who knows?
Yeah.
They probably just go put it on Rollbit and lose it all.
Sounds about right.
True. Very true.
Never underestimate the stupidity or the addiction of a degen.
Jericho, do you have? I feel you have something to.
I mean, am I a Solana maxi? I mean, I think Solana is going to flip Ethereum. I think Solana is going to be number 2 chain.
Let's
right?
go.
So Solana, I mean, really powered by, I mean, of course, the technology, but the Solana community is just built different, right? And us being Syndicate Network, the global network connecting all Web3 communities, we ventured into Ethereum. Ethereum is just not the same as Solana. It just is not. The people are not the same. And I think the people in Solana are going to take this chain to the greatest heights that we've never seen before, right? But, you know, in terms of us as Syndicate, you know, of course, we're going to be multi-chain maxis, right? Because every single, there's going to be a community on every chain, and every chain deserves to have news, you know, in their community, right? So for us, like, absolutely, we're going to venture into more than just Solana and ETH. Most likely in 2024, but me personally, Solana to the moon, bro. Like Solana is gonna be that top chain that brings widespread crypto adoption.
But quick question: do you cover Aptos news?
No, I mean some things that happen, like not Aptos NFTs, but like if something big happens on Aptos, we cover it. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Yes, Socrates.
Is there any news on Polygon these days?
Sometimes we put Polygon news into the ETH section.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
There's quite a lot of stuff that happens.
See?
They've got their own kind of
Yeah.
NFT community that's still active, even with youths not on that chain, right? I mean, there's there's lots of stuff going on there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, one thing I wanted to mention about Solana is I think the coolest thing that's been kind of shipping out in the developer roadmap this year, and actually recently, that's something being continued that's continued to being worked on right now, is token extensions. I think this is a really, really cool part of Solana that's coming up. If you're not familiar with token extensions, basically what it is there's a couple new things that you can do with tokens moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Or you will be able to do. There's a couple ones that are pretty cool. Number one is confidential transfers. So what you can do is basically, let's say I send Jericho Sol, like I send him, 6 Sol on the blockchain. With this new token extension, it will mask the value of how much of something I sent to Jericho. But it'll still be on chain that I sent Jericho, X amount of Sol, but they won't know how many. Right. And the reason this is very cool is it makes like business transactions and, business, making things, internally private on businesses on a public blockchain, a new real thing that you can do. So that's something that's really interesting that's coming up, that's moving toward, accessibility of like payroll and stuff like that on Solana. So that's going to be super cool. Another thing that is coming is there's these things called transfer hooks. And basically what it does is it only allows a transaction to go through if certain on-chain criteria is met. And so what this is, so some of the things that this means is like royalty enforcement, baked into token extensions, as well as there's been some other applications people have come up with, like preventing drains, having, conditions for Xing a wallet that way, as well as some like KYC verification stuff for stable coins and stuff like that, as well as
That's cool.
it is something people have been talking about. And then some of the other like interesting things that have been mentioned has been like non-transferable tokens, which are like soul-bound tokens.
Yep.
You've already kind of seen some stuff like this with like they've existed before. You also see, I think, the Solana mobile NFT is
Genesis.
something like this. Yeah,
And
as
ABC,
well.
you see. ABC is, they did. So
Exactly. And then there's a couple other ones as well. I'm just not too knowledgeable on those, but I think whenever you look at kind of how the Solana Foundation is approaching like the usability of tokens on Solana, I think it's one of the more forward-thinking chains, especially given like we also have some really exciting stuff coming up this year when it comes to Solana, like Fire Dancer,
yes,
and some of these other upgrades. And it's just like, this chain is a no-brainer. I mean, especially if you already call this place home, it's like, you're going to be living here for a while, right? So that's just something I wanted to mention.
So Solana is killing the.
One of the things that made me super bullish about Solana at Breakpoint was I went to the Visa WorldPay talk, and their whole thing wasn't even like fastest chain or easy to use or any of that. It was the community. It was actually like, we don't have to look outside of the Solana community for devs. You guys are rich in devs and infrastructure and everything that we need. So when we want to do something on Solana, we just go to Solana. We don't have to, go decide on Solana and then find outside devs or do any recruiting. It's all there. It's all built in, because I guess that's one of the big success stories about Solana. It's not only a fast chain, but it's been somewhere that has really encouraged community on all levels, technological, social, and financial, so that people feel comfortable and hire from within.
Yeah, I think Solana as a chain has attracted a lot of talent, especially cultivating talent to be born here, right? So like the Solana Foundation, you can just message them and talk to them, right? You can message any person who's a founder or a dev or anybody on this chain, and you can learn something from them, right? That's super powerful. And that has cultivated a community where they're not only thinking about things differently, but they're actually executing on it, right? So, all the innovations coming out of Solana, it's not just literally Solana Labs. There is a developer that was recruited probably from the community to build that or build whatever, right? There are people who are working for that team from this community, right? So, no, it's the way they approach things. I think that is definitely going to give a Solana like that long-term power.
Okay, I'm bullish on Solana again, even more. Solana to $10,000. Let's go. That's what's up. When the flipping, are we gonna flip if 2024, 2025?
Not 2024, maybe 2026, 2028.
Okay, wait, I have a button for that, I think. The flipping is happening. That's from another podcast.
It's really low.
Keep in mind, like ETH is way older than Solana. Like
True.
ETH is like almost like I want to say like 10 years. When was ETH founded?
Like
2014.
Well,
right?
there's two ETHs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, ETH2 is pretty young still, but
Yeah.
the original
No.
ETH is at least 10.
Traffic and ETH is Ethereum that like when they because of the DAO hack that they split the chain.
Mhm.
Yeah, the fork.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the concept of Ethereum was founded in 2013.
2017,
Solana
yeah.
was founded in 2017. I mean, the chains were launched at different years accordingly, but even then you can see like there's different
True.
years of which they were conceptual.
Yeah. But
So,
I mean, like honestly, like with the FTX, all of craziness stuff, that could have killed the chain in a way of like everyone losing faith, and then you don't have community because everyone knows everything.
That is exactly right.
Yeah.
What can be worse than FTX, right?
Exactly.
The SEC would have to be like, okay, we're shutting down running a validator in the US and in Europe and everywhere that has validator is illegal. It's not going to happen. We've already gone through the worst, so it's only up from here, really.
So yeah, we should.
I mean, the
floor.
Ethereum ETF got delayed. So the Bitcoin, and this is another thing that happened this month, is the Bitcoin ETF got approved. But one thing that has been in discussion is the Ethereum ETF has been in discussion for multiple, of course it's been in discussion, but it got delayed recently, and the big reason why is because it's the proof of stake mechanism, right? Like there's some hesitancy on that, and whether or not that should be approved or not moving into the ETF. But I think Bitcoin was an easier approval because it is proof of work. I mean, Ethereum used to be as well, but not so much anymore.
Yeah. But bro, like with the speculation on the ETH ETF and then altcoin / Solana included ETF, that's bullish, bro.
The next ETF after Ethereum is Solana.
Yes.
There's no other chain.
Thank you so much for the content, Jericho. It's awesome. All of your take, I'm gonna put all of your takes in one shot. That's gonna be banger, bro.
Thank you, Vince.
Yeah, I'm gonna make famous for it.
He sounds excited.
Yeah.
Socrates gets too much spotlight. I need some of this.
Exactly. Yeah. Get. Yes. Exactly.
Exactly.
Well, to be fair, Socrates is a lot more accessible ordinarily.
True. Socrates is is. You know what? We won't even get into that. He's a superstar. I'm trying to be a superstar too.
So it looks like Jericho, you need to open your DMs to Vpiph more. They're
always open.
Jericho. Oh, hey.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? Jericho's one of my first friends in Solana.
But I'm stealing all of your friends. No. No, Jericho.
Okay. No.
Okay.
No. It's not happening. You should block him.
Okay. Me? Or who are you talking to right
Jericho
now?
should block Fiddler.
Oh, yeah.
Because Jericho and I are friends forever.
But anyway, okay. So, should we go more? Like, do you have time? Because I like it. It's cool. Do you have a little more time than 1 hour?
Yeah. I think so. Socrates.
Yeah, we're blocked out for at least another 30 minutes. So yeah, we're good to go.
V, do you have time?
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue. Okay, so do you have another news that we should transition?
Yeah, I mean, let's talk a little bit more about the Bitcoin ETF stuff.
True. Okay,
because that was really big. That happened this month, like 2 weeks ago-ish at this point. The Bitcoin ETF is now the second largest commodity-based ETF. I don't know too much about this, but this is something I read pretty recently. A second only to gold. It actually outtrades even silver.
What the fuck?
Which is very interesting whenever you look back on that. It kind of puts it into perspective a little bit. It's like, oh crap, like this is so that's been really interesting. There's been billions of dollars of volume in these
Yeah.
ETFs, and, inflow and outflow. It's been really cool to see. I'm not too educated on the ETF. What exactly is what are the exact implications of this? But I think like the number one thing is it makes crypto exposure that much easier for people, right? You don't have to go on an exchange to buy Bitcoin. You don't have to use
Yes.
Robinhood wallet to buy
Yes.
Bitcoin, right? You can buy the ETF and then that's enough, right? And in one capacity or another. But this is a really big win for crypto as a whole, and
100%.
it's moving us in the right direction here.
For me, it's even like not even the people, but like the institution / big corp that can, instead of buying spot Bitcoin like Tesla or MicroStrategy did in the past, they can get like exposure to Bitcoin via the ETF, and then you have less regulation bullshit. That it make it easier for everyone, but especially institutional money. And if we can get institutional money in the loop, we're not talking about $10 every week. We're talking about 10 billions every second. So it's different level. Like, but also like volume is cool, but we see a lot of outflow from people selling their grayscale Bitcoin because they were able to do it via the ETF. And we didn't see like $100,000 for Bitcoin at the second of the ETF approval, right? So there is that too. Yes, Jericho?
Yeah. So I think okay, so a few things. Before I talk about this, I think we should probably do somewhat of a lightning round for the news because this was a huge month for crypto.
True.
Like this is insane month. I've never seen anything really like it. But on the Bitcoin ETF side, I think we haven't seen that giga spike to 100K because I think institutions are still looking to adopt it, right? That Bitcoin ETF, it allows us as consumers to, of course, trade it now on like Robinhood or anything like that. But the real money is going to come in when institutions, possibly the government comes in and starts putting Bitcoin into these funds, right? So until we see that, we won't see that giga spike. But this is a massive, massive first step for us.
100%. V?
As somebody who came from stocks originally, like I bought ETFs that were kind of crypto adjacent because I was, I had the Kraken wallet or whatever it was, whatever those really highly inaccessible wallets were that you could buy Bitcoin and ETH. And, I kind of came in and I went back out because, some people talked to me about it being a scam, whatever, and I listened to them for once in my life. I listened. Not a great moment. Anyways, so the next best thing is to be somewhere crypto adjacent where you can easily put file it on your taxes, where so all of these kind of risk averse people who are familiar with stocks, that's where they're going to go next. They're going to go to their stash accounts. They're going to go to their ally accounts, even their Robinhood stock investing accounts. And they're going to be like, hey, let me try my hand at this. They see that they're winning, and then they might actually bridge into the real thing. So it's kind of an entry, a gateway drug. It could be, at least, as well as for the more risk averse who are already familiar with the stock market. It's a great step for them.
No. 100%. It make like the crypto narrative tangible for a lot of people.
Yeah, and it makes it familiar and comfortable. They're familiar and comfortable with stocks. If they lose on stocks, they're already familiar and comfortable with losing on stocks in that way. Yeah. To set up a wallet, for some people to set up a wallet, to actually set up a Coinbase account, that might just be too much. They already, why? I already have my Robinhood account, or I already have my stash account, or I already have my Charles Schwab, or whatever the hell it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And especially if your Charles Schwab advisor suddenly tells you, by the way, not an ad, Charles Schwab advisor suddenly tells you like, hey, Bitcoin's doing well. I'd like to put a little of, I'd like to diversify your account with a little bit of this BTC ETF. If they tell 100 of their clients that.
Exactly. And their clients are not like degenerate brokies. They are like big boys.
Well, some of them are big boys, and some of them are grandmas who just are saving for
Oh.
retirement, right? There's some of them are
Okay,
teachers
true.
who are just saving for
True,
retirement,
true.
but they're not by any stretch of the imagination stock
Yeah.
specialists or investment specialists. So if their Charles Schwab advisor tells them this is the next thing to go to, they're probably just going to say, okay, we trust you. Cool. Let's go.
Let's onboard grandmas to SOL via the Bitcoin ETF. That's what's up. That's what we want to do. Let's go.
Somehow you make that sound so dirty. It's not okay.
No. Onboarding grandmas. I didn't say anything. Okay, do you want to do the fire rounds of news?
I mean, there's not too much more.
Yeah, too small. Okay.
Yeah, like we've covered a lot of different things here.
Yes.
I think some of the other big things that we haven't really talked about yet is at the beginning of this month, Logan Paul finally refunded more than $2 million to CryptoZoo holders. So that's been a thing that's been around for like over a year and a half at this point, or about a year. So so that happened, which was good to see finally.
Wait. There is stuff about that. Did you watch the CoffeeZilla videos about that?
I actually didn't. I've seen CoffeeZilla's other videos on some of the other crypto scams.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen the CryptoZoo one now.
No. Okay. So like basically what is set up is like, okay, so the refund is only for people who minted. So it refunds you like the price mint. And if you accept that, you also give up the right to sue Logan Paul.
It's got to be some kind of change. Yeah.
They have to make that in somehow. It will explain that way better. Because
wait, you accept what? If you accept what?
You can sue Logan Paul for the rest. So basically, you mint it for 1 ETH, you get 0.2 ETH back. And you can sue Logan Paul for all of the Zoo token or like all of the stuff that you could have bought in his Zoo. Zootopia, whatever. Because Zootopia, whatever. So CryptoZoo ecosystem that you basically get drugged out of because he still didn't he's never going to build the game anyway. So yeah, man. Bye-bye.
Yeah, the project is defunct.
I don't understand what you just said. So if you take 0.1...
Yeah. If you take the refund, you can't sue Logan Paul for more that...
no, that's a settlement. That's a settlement agreement. That's every other class action settlement agreement.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
But it's kind of shitty. Okay, watch
CoffeeZilla. You can you can exclude yourself from the class. And then you have every right to sue them. But that's a classic class action suit.
Okay. So CoffeeZilla make it like more dirty than just saying settlement. So I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I know nothing. But I know that CoffeeZilla did some research about it. And so, if you are interested by this Logan Paul news, watch the playlist Logan Paul / CoffeeZilla stuff. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. And then some other news moving on from that is Twitter removed all of their NFT features. So you no longer have your little hexagon, polygon NFT frame on Twitter, which is so tragic for our community.
Fucking no one used it, bro.
Didn't even know. Well, I knew about the hexagon only because of Hitler, but didn't use it, miss it. Know that that was
I think that's why they removed it, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they kind of
100%.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, sorry, I cut.
There also wasn't a Solana attribute, so who cares?
Right. Yeah. I think there just wasn't enough usage, and then this doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But another thing that did happen recently with Twitter or X is they did launch the X Payments account. So that's been something a lot of people have been speculating on over the last couple of months, is Twitter having, or X having, like a peer-to-peer crypto payment feature. Moving Twitter more to like I know like WeChat, I think, has some kind of equivalent, in mainland China. And then you have like, PayPal, Venmo kind of thing. So they're kind of moving a little bit toward that, and people are speculating that might be crypto. But who knows? I mean, we don't know if that's going to be reality or not. There hasn't been any posts on that account or anything. It's been up for about a week now, or a little less than a week, I think. But that's been another thing that's been happening, kind of in the back end.
And are you going to tweet more because you can receive Dogecoin?
I hope so, man. There was actually what's funny is you mentioned that. Right after the X payments Twitter handle went live, Doge actually pumped.
No way! What a surprise!
Like yeah, I don't know exactly how much the price movement was because it was a couple of weeks back, but I do remember that being a big story at the time. But another thing I want to mention is Trump released another set of trading cards, NFG trading cards, this month as well. Some of that you can so it's pretty interesting how it works. So basically, if you buy like I think it's 10 of these things. Let me double check. If you buy let me see, it's on their website. Yeah, if you buy 47 cards, okay, get this. If you buy 47 cards, keeping in mind each of these things are like $100 or $1,000 or something like that. They're not cheap. You get 47 of the cards. You can pay with crypto, and then you'll get to have dinner with Trump at his house, the Mar-a-Lago in Florida, and then you also get a piece of the suit he wore when he took his famous mugshot. So you get a piece of history, I guess, at that point. And then there's another thing they have where if you buy 100 of them, you'll get a Bitcoin ordinal digital card. Then there's only 200.
Buy 1,000, you get to run for VP with him.
I guess you get to be on the cabinet or something. Yeah, dude. I have no idea at this point, but yeah, this is another big thing that came around this month is Trump is back with his digital collectibles. Trump
is back. Yeah, the future president of the United States has multiple collections. Oh, and by the way, if you buy like 500 decoders, I will send you a personal DM and we can have a call on Calendly if you want. Let's see if the chat react to that.
For 500 decoders, you better show up at their door with a singing telegram.
Yeah, it's scheduled for Mitchell, by the way. Like, I'm gonna do that. But I mean, like, honestly, like, even the volume on like Polygon Trump's cards, like the season 1, it's insane. It's crazy. Like,
yeah,
I think it's
a very
top
popular collection.
Yeah, it's the top collection. Okay, let's check on Magic Eden, but I'm pretty sure it's like the biggest collection on Polygon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure about it. Like,
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah,
but yeah. So I mean, there was that. Like, also kind of around that time that Trump did his original card drop. I think it was maybe the month preceding or 2 months preceding. We also had the Reddit avatar collectibles or collectible avatars. Those were also on Polygon. Yeah, it's a big Kickstarter for the ecosystem.
Look, okay, like 11 million of volume. Like, that's a lot. Like,
they're not messing around, dude.
Like,
what Trump collectibles,
like,
they're timeless pieces,
bro. Like,
dude, that guy made profit. Look,
that's a collector's piece right there.
Yeah, true. Like $200-$300. What the fuck? Yeah,
and there's 45,000 of them too.
Market cap is nuts. But yeah, so the Trump trading cards was another big thing that happened this month.
Yeah.
Some other news as well.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Are you buying? Are you minting?
Am I minting? Am I going to be minting? I can't say I am, unfortunately. I don't got the liquidity at the time. But it is a timeless piece. You know, if I might just mint 47 of them or however many, get the suit piece, man. That's timeless.
Can you do a vlog if you do that?
Dude, I will. If I do that in the world that Socrates buys the trading cards, yeah, I'll do that. No problem.
Okay, maybe.
But another thing I wanted to mention that happened this month is Azuki. Our favorite ETH collection.
This is huge.
They dropped a teaser for their upcoming anime series, which is super exciting. We haven't really seen anything like that. I mean, people have kind of speculated stuff like that, before, but that is also coming on the horizon.
That's me, Socrates. No, this was my big bet on Azuki, like when we first bought the Elemental. But like I was always saying in spaces, Azuki's long term is to just make an anime, right? Make an anime and get exclusive streaming rights on maybe Netflix or something, and it brings that brand to, I don't know, like the 200 million people subscribed to Netflix. So yeah, this is a massive move for Azuki. Really, I mean, it's not like a crazy thing because I think a lot of people were expecting this, but in terms of like its actual effect, this could be something that sends Azuki to the freaking moon.
Yeah. And they have a token too, right?
No, they don't have a token.
Like, there's
So they
no-
don't have a token, but there is the anime token, which is like
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a ton of details about it, but they and a couple other anime projects on Ethereum are like partnered to do something with it. Yeah, I don't think it is their token though.
Okay. Is that good animation? Like the quality? Oh, yeah, okay, that's cool.
I mean, have you seen some of the animation?
I mean, an NFT. This is an NFT collection doing this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not like a big, Japanese studio, right? So this is huge. This is massive for Azuki.
It's really it looks really good. I mean, the other thing is that Azuki has the budget for that, right? Like all of these other projects that we've, especially on Solana, that have claimed that they're doing animation. It's really expensive. It's really expensive. So you really have to have the budget, and you really have to have the contingency. Azuki definitely has the budget. It's a good play because I've seen a lot of the anime projects in the last 18 months. I'm not a big anime fan, I'm not even a big animation fan, but I have watched a lot of the anime projects because I've been in with crews that enjoy that sort of thing. And none of them have succeeded. So if they can succeed, that will be huge.
Because so it's cool, blah blah blah, but it zoom in, zoom out, bro. What the fuck?
Well, this is the teaser. This is not actually the series.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
this is.
I mean,
I would be disappointed too if this is all it was. Yeah.
All right.
I think that. I also think the thing was when it comes to anime is like, anime is. I mean, it's an art form. It's like a media form, and it's relatively timeless. Which I think is, whenever you look at it from that perspective, it's like Azuki gets a timeless addition to their IP that they can recycle in many different shapes and forms, right? Like they can. It's like writing a book. You keep building off of it.
True.
Anime is definitely more evergreen than most animation productions. There's something else that I was going to say. I mean, there are different styles to animation too, Vitler. So I thought that was a style choice, what they were doing. Yes, it's just the trailer. But the other thing that I like about it is, yes, there are a lot of powerful women in anime, but there are also a lot of like really, what's the word? Like not of the feminist movement women in anime. Those girls looked super, super kick-ass and, very attractive characters, so I might even watch it, and that's not my bag at all.
Have you seen like the recent discussion about like translation, anime translators that brings like Japanese anime, and then like they add woke translation to the US ones, and that fucked up everything, and the translators are actually going to be replaced by AI. So that's the whole melting pot of all of my favorite topic coming together with anime.
I mean, the whole film industry is going to be replaced by AI.
Okay.
That would be why
that's newsworthy too.
Huh?
That's newsworthy for sure. I can't.
Yeah, 5 to 8 years. I give it 5 to 8 years. That is why I am currently looking for changing careers, because I just see the future after this set of strike action, and that's where it's going.
Yeah.
There will be no film industry. There will be like 2 people overseeing AI.
Exactly. Yes.
It's not something to celebrate, however.
Oh, okay. It's kinda cool.
It's only cool if you're no, they're not going to do anything else. Do you see what people do with their time?
Let's keep the news fire. We should do an AI show later. But I
think
let's keep it fire. Yes.
The only other thing I think we should cover, because we'll also fit in time on this topic.
Yes.
Is Solana Mobile is releasing a second phone that drops next year, 2025. But the pre-orders did open, and lo and behold,
pre-orders, because there are 2 phases of pre-order.
There should be several phases, 3.
Yeah, but the founders, I think it's called like the founders pre-sale or something like that. It has sold more than 40,000 units. It sold 30,000 units in 30 hours. And keep in
That's
mind,
crazy.
these are not like the cheapest phones ever. I think it's
Yeah.
like $500 or something like
It's
that.
$450 for the
450, right?
pre-order. Yeah.
So, like that's a
Yeah.
lot of money going into
Yeah.
these phones. And yeah, that was another really big thing that happened this month as well.
Did you pre-order?
Huh?
Did you pre-order? Anyone? Did you
Yes,
pre-order?
I did.
Yes. Okay.
No, I didn't pre-order, but
I didn't pre-order, but I do have my Solana mobile.
Yeah, I'm looking for
Yeah,
I'm looking for mine.
mine's at my mailing
Uh,
address. I haven't got it yet.
They cancelled my order.
Purchased by using code Syndicate, of course. So yeah.
Oh, drop me the link. I'm gonna share it in chat.
You
Oh,
can't
yeah, but
buy
they can't-
Socrates
you can't
anymore.
buy
Yeah,
these
you can't.
anymore,
It's
yeah.
over. Yeah, true. It's over.
There was
That's-
92 lucky people who did use code Syndicate Go. So yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
I think I used somebody
Okay.
else's code and got it. Sorry,
hell?
I didn't know
Ah,
that Syndicate
come
had a
on.
code. Hey, I mean, yeah, I didn't know that Syndicate had a code. Just like I didn't know till the other day, I went into the Syndicate network and I didn't know there was something that I had to sign up my wallet for. Where can I find the Syndicate network? MetaBabe, do you live under a rock? They're in how many different discords are you in now?
We're in
Here,
1,250
a great
servers.
Discord you can find the Syndicate Network is actually in the DeCod3rs Discord. So
Yes. Yeah, true. And everything all of the links are in the description because we are like we're good at description.
Oh, she
stuff
said yes.
here.
They said yes. I have been living under a rock. Fair enough.
So yeah, like MetaWeb, you should come back every month on this at least every month because you need to watch more videos. But yeah, we will don't miss any Syndicate shows anymore because so we can recapitulate everything Web3 related for you if you're going back to living under the rocks. Yes, V, what's up? What did I say?
See, it's under news, and I didn't realize it was the Syndicate Network. I just thought it was another place for Vittler to spread his news. So
that's
sorry,
why you gotta
Network. I never
change the
looked for
name.
you in DeCod3rs.
It's a news channel.
Yeah, but
What? Syndicate News? Okay, let me rename it.
Some people
Syndicate
consider news is not what other people consider news, babe. I didn't realize that was the Syndicate News channel. So maybe it needs to be specific.
Syndicate News.
You.
Description: ecosystem news coming from Syndicate. I'm just saying that. But now the channel is called Syndicate News. Branding is on point.
100%. And Vpiphany, you did mention wallet submissions, which is interesting.
Yeah, because I just submitted my wallet, but I think it's late. So I did a week ago.
It's not too late because it is a little bit too late. But you missed out on some stuff.
It was like a week ago.
In December, we airdropped around $30,000 worth of NFTs and tokens to those people who did submit those wallets.
Okay.
So if you had a wallet, you got free money, right? So check out the Syndicate Network channel. We're doing a donk airdrop. We just did our first round. You just gotta submit your wallet.
I'm an OG.
You're an OG, V. It's a shame.
How do you not let me know?
Don't worry. There's more stuff coming. That was just a little bit of taste, but there's a lot more coming. A lot more.
I have some donk already. I think that DeCod3rs got blessed with a little bit of donk thanks to somebody.
Okay, we're blessed. If I give you my wallet, can you just airdrop everything to that wallet and not airdropping? Like it's good, just one wallet. I want to simplify you the airdrop process. As long
as you submit your wallet, you're good.
Nah, he's saying give it all to him.
And give it all to you?
I can give you multiple wallets.
Under a rock next to me? No, not exactly. I missed one thing, MetaBabe. Come on.
Yeah, it's next to me. Yeah, true.
I'm not next to her, under a rock. Some servers have too many channels. That's correct. Yes.
And that's why you only need to be in the Syndicate and the DeCod3rs one, and then so you get all of the news and you keep you are on top of everything all the time.
Very true.
See, exactly.
And
yes,
all the topics we talked about today were covered in
exactly.
Hey, we didn't do a poll in the end. That was sad.
It's not the end yet.
No,
what,
we
oh,
were
did
supposed
you?
to start it at the beginning and end it at the
Oh,
end. I
that's
guess
that is
we
true.
missed that
That is
whole
true.
We'll have to
thing.
do next time. We'll have to do it for
Yeah, we
February.
will run a poll. You're watching all the vids too? Subscribe, watch, like, retweet,
Yeah.
all of that
Yeah.
stuff. Let's go.
Good. Yeah, thanks, MetaBabe. Okay, so should we wrap it up now if we have talked about everything? Did we?
Yeah, I think we've hit it just about everything. ETF, Logan Paul.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the new DeCod3rs 3.33 season art came out or was
It's weird that you
teased.
didn't mention that.
That didn't happen.
When,
Who
Frank?
is that? What is a DeCod?
It's
The,
weird
the
that you
youths
didn't
also
mention
talked about moving back to Solana.
What
which
is
I
what
was
is youths?
a fan of.
Who are youths?
Bridge is utility, bro.
We're so back.
Yeah, let's go back home.
I think it's okay we didn't cover them.
Yeah, and then the when
We have changed, Jericho.
was also kind of
We
tied
changed.
into Jupe at the beginning.
Oh, I'm sorry, Victor. I forgot you're a big holder.
Yeah, but yeah. Socrates, you still have your youth, right?
Of course, I still have my year. Are you
Exactly.
kidding me? I spent quite a pretty penny on that guy. So
I
of
still have
course
my
I still
youth.
got him.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. So, do we do that? Do we do this show every month or more often? Because it's fun.
It is fun. It is actually a really good show. At least every month for sure. This is a really
Okay.
good first show. Maybe
Okay.
more. I think some things is there's a lot of topics. I mean, it was an
Yeah,
interesting
see?
month. Like maybe
Exactly.
there won't be a month like this anymore.
True.
But we can also adjust the amount of shows
See?
depending on the news.
Exactly. And that's what I wanted to trigger MQ more often. See, the community is asking to see a pretty face on the channel. I'm telling you. See,
You
Reaper,
don't have to.
few
You don't have to
experiments.
fall for the peer pressure.
Yeah,
Bi-monthly,
Yeah.
crypto moves fast.
Yeah.
I will say that MetaBabe is correct on that. Bi-monthly,
Yeah.
Bi-monthly does sound pretty
crypto
alright.
moves fast
Yeah.
is cool, but also it's not right to pressure them on the air. So please sleep on it.
No.
Let
We
us
think
know.
it's
We
a
would
good
love
show
to
for
have you
sure.
back bi-monthly.
Exactly. No,
Yeah.
like I'm just okay. I do not hide anything to my audience. Okay, almost. No, not you. Okay, I don't hide anything.
Where are the mint
Except-
funds? Where are the mint funds, Vic?
What?
Nothing. Nothing.
So yeah, just throwing up in the air. That's it. We don't need to act on it. It's fine. We
Yeah, I
are
think-
deciding together. It's okay.
For us, it's a time thing, but we'll chat more about it for sure.
Yes,
Yeah, we'll
let's-
talk more about it for
Let's
sure.
slide in the DMs, that for sure. But like the first edition was a banger. I'm so happy to do that with all of you guys. It's cool, and guys include everyone, right? Right, V? You included in guys. Is that cool? Right? Yeah, exactly. That.
So hard.
You got
There's a
it.
couple different ways to do it.
There you go.
Well, why is that
This is-
broken?
this is-
Oh,
This is
no.
love to Vince
Yes.
and V.
Exactly. Okay. Do you have anything? Okay. Last take. Yeah. V, what would be the news that you would not forget? Like the most important news of the month. Okay, I'm gonna formulate that way. Like the
Most
highlight of the month.
important news.
The
of the
highlight.
month?
The highlight of the month.
Highlight.
DeCod3rs. Okay. Thank you.
What?
I'm joking.
I didn't even know that there was a DeCod's 3.3. No, I guess obviously Jup, but Jup hasn't happened yet. So till that happens, when
Okay.
I would say when is the biggest news of the month. Like it,
Okay.
I think it's been the biggest success of the month so far.
Okay.
I think
Makes
that's
sense.
fair to say.
Socrates, what's your highlight of the
I
month?
mean, I think the ETF is definitely like the highest impact thing
Yes.
for the month for sure. Other than that, like I thought the Solana mobile stuff was really interesting, and
Mhm.
really cool.
We never talked about the hack.
Yeah, and the Solana mobile DAO got hacked this
yeah.
month as well. A little bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, those, and then yeah, I think the ETF is definitely the biggest piece of news this
100%.
month for sure.
Jericho, what about you? What's your highlight of the month?
I mean, the highlight's definitely the ETF, but other than the ETF, I thought CryptoUndead was a major thing
Okay.
for us for the NFT space. I guess a little tip or advice or whatever going into next month, really watch what's going on with Jupe and the relationship with the
Yeah.
NFT market. I think there could be a lot of money made in NFTs after Jupe. And yeah, just stay liquid. This is a ecosystem
liquid.
environment where there's a lot of opportunity. So be liquid,
Exactly.
be ready to capitalize on new opportunities.
100%. And we can close up on that. Like, guys, stay liquid. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us the show. Thank you, V, Socrates, and Jericho for your being here, being who you are, and like participating in this show. It's a banger. I love it. It's cool. I think we have a good format. I can't wait for the next episode. Yes, and thank you, everyone in the comment section. MetaBabes, Reaper.
Subscribe, like.
Yes,
And subscribe, like
yes,
Syndicate
everything.
Network. Follow them on Twitter.
Exactly.
Follow everybody on Twitter.
Exactly. 100%. All of the links are in the description. Also, we have Syndicate News on the Discord server. So enjoy. Thank you so much, and we will see you in the next stream.